Like, there's never gonna be no situation where I'm gonna be there with somebody trying to get at one of my mans, and I'm just gonna be there like, they ain't got nothing to do with me. Like, no, we all in, bro. Like poker, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it go.
Pin it up. So I interviewed Datin, and he spoke about being a big fan of Talib Kweli back in the day, but then them getting into it on social media. And before Datin became religious, he was really about, you know, that action. You remember him from the FYL movement and everything.
Yeah, for sure.
So he took, you know, it personal, the exchange with Talib Kweli, and he pulled up. You guys were on tour. You and Immortal Technique were on tour with Talib at the time. He pulled up to one of your guys' shows in Orlando, but it just so happened that Talib wasn't at this show. Man, roll the clip.
But yeah, he disrespected me, and I pulled up by myself, the Christian, to Immortal Technique's concert. I mean, I wanted to see Tech. I wanted to see Hassan. I wanted to see Penn. I love them dudes, love Penn. But I also wanted to talk to Talib. So when I saw CF outside, I'm like, yo, where Talib at? And I ain't even tell them like that. I just was gonna, you know, like if I couldn't get to him, I was gonna tell Penn, like, yo, son, let me talk to this dude. And he wasn't there. So I didn't get to have the conversation. And now he off of Twitter. So
yeah, I mean, did you talk to Penn about it?
Nah. I think I just spoke to Swave about it through Twitter. That's it. Never.
Do you remember this happening?
I remember Dayton pull it up with us, pull it up to check us at Firestone in Orlando. If Quad wasn't on that show?
That's what he said.
Okay. I mean, if you said so, that could have been. I don't, bro. You talking about a show from fucking 2016, 15?
Right.
Yeah, I guess he wasn't there. I don't. But yeah, Dayton pulled up on us at the Firestone. I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, because he said that he wanted to have a man-to-man conversation with Kweli. Because it was hard for him.
Sure, a lot of people want to do that.
I know it seemed hard for him too at the same time, because it was like he was such a fan of him as an artist, though, like as a rapper. You know what I mean? But it was like, you know, Kweli, sometimes he be like wilding a little bit, like jumping out the window a little bit with his responses to people. You know,
he's an opinionated guy. You know what I mean? So a lot of people. I mean, nowadays, you know, people are older now, but it's like, you know, a lot of people, they maneuver through social media like everyone else. Like some people don't feel like you should be able to talk to them a certain way, especially if you're accessible. So Dayton felt that someone was accessible and tried to gain accessibility.
But he never had a conversation with you about that, though? About what happened or anything like that?
Nah, I think in your interview, I don't think we ever spoke on that, and I ain't know that he has. I don't think I remember he ever had him telling me he had smoke with him.
Oh wow, okay.
You know what I mean. So it's like, but some of us is like that. You know, like there's a lot. I don't pull up to spots where there were people there that I knew I had an issue with. I didn't tell everybody that, like, so everybody might not even know. You know what I mean? I'm gonna see that person. You know what I mean? So there's probably more of that, because Dayton ain't a scary dude. You know what I'm saying? He probably ain't need me for nothing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure, like, if some was there, I'm pretty sure if there was, he probably been like, yo, still Penn, yo, check this out, yo. I got an issue with something. Like, yo, you can sit us down or whatever. Like, I don't think that he would just, especially if somebody's pulling up on the shirt for me, like, I don't think, it wouldn't make sense for people to pull up and then try to do somebody that's out on the road with us, do something to them, and like, you came on the shirt for me. Like, that would be absurd. Like, we ain't doing that. Like, you fucking up my relationship if you was doing some dumb shit like that. So I'm sure if it would have got to a point, or if he had to say, he would have said something to me, you know?
That's what he said, though. He said that because you were there, he knows nothing would have happened, but he would have told you, like, yo, I want to have a serious conversation with him because of this.
I'm gonna need that. And that's the thing. Like, nothing. I'm not gonna make sure nothing happen to none of my people. That's how I am. Like
Right.
even like obviously, I know that I done make sure shit ain't happen to him. You know what I'm saying? So it's like there's never gonna be no situation where I'm gonna be there with somebody trying to get at one of my mans, and I'm just gonna be there like, they ain't got nothing to do with me. Like, no, we all in, bro. Like poker, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it go. You know what I mean? So yeah, it wouldn't have went, it wouldn't have went nowhere, but it wouldn't have went nowhere but a conversation.
Right.
If it needed to happen,
Do you remember when you met Datin?
I can't pinpoint the exact scenario, but we definitely ran through EO Dub. That was what that was what solidified like us rocking. We was both EO Dub generals and shit. So a lot of our interactions was there, but I don't remember if that's where we met at though. You know what I mean? But like I said, Dayton and then Dayton was fucking with them too. Like we all, you know what I'm saying? And we all converged at EO Dub for a while. So that might have been where we met. I'm not sure. Because Dayton was on the battle scene anyway. So like I was aware of Dayton for a while. I was aware of Dayton regardless, you know what I mean? But I can't pinpoint the exact like, yo, that's where I met my man and I can't remember that.
Right.
But Dayton was always like one of the elite lyricists and shit, like out. Like Dayton was always one of the sharpest motherfuckers. Dayton's one of the sharpest motherfuckers I've heard in a long time, man. He's consistently sharp. You
Yeah,
know,
he's a real solid
been that
dude,
way for a
man.
long time.
He's a real solid brother too. That's what I really like about him. The way that he like conducts himself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Shout
a
out to
real cool
Dayton.
guy.